Now on GMA with cruise deals and booking holiday travel, the Points guy Brian Kelly is here. Brian, welcome back. Good to see you.
Thanks for
Let's
having
talk
me.
about some holiday cruise deals right now.
Yeah, so in the cruise industry, buying a cruise is a lot like getting fashion. If you want the shiniest, best new ship, you're going to pay top dollar. But there's a secret, well, not a secret, but at 90 days prior to sailing, the cruise lines really start discounting cruises. So that's the 90-day mark where you want to see what discounts are being offered, and they can be substantial. There's a website, vacationstogo.com, that actually has a 90-day cruise ticker. So it'll show you all the available cabins. You may not have your best pick, but the deals can be substantial. And we're about 90 days before the Christmas and year-end holidays. So if you're looking to do a year-end cruise now, could be the time to start looking.
Oh, okay, so what are some of the best luxury cruise deals that are out right now?
Yeah, so these luxury ships are beautiful. And part of doing a luxury cruise is just staying on the ship. So you're looking, most cruise ships you can get entry-level cabins around $1,000. The luxury lines, you're talking $4,000 and up. But here's a special tip. Between October and November, all those luxury cruise ships go from the not all, but they go from the Mediterranean to Caribbean. So you can tack on a transatlantic crossing, which may not sound all that luxurious, but when you're on one of these fancy ships where the ship is the destination, you can actually get a 13-day crossing, including a week in the Caribbean, for less than what 1 week in Europe would be.
Wow,
so you
wow.
can spend more time on the ship, which is what many people are there to do.
Yeah, I'm a notorious procrastinator when it comes to planning travel, and I love a deal. So what do you got for me, Brian?
Yeah, so there are now deals where you can spend less than $100 a day to go cruising in the Caribbean. I actually know people, a lot of the cruise ships now have Starlink. You can work from a cruise ship. And I know people who are like the Zoom or
This is your work from home on a cruise ship.
And people are doing it. I will say with cruises,
their bosses don't know about this.
I was just talking to someone who's like, my boss has no idea. You can put a cute little background. But also, I highly recommend going through a travel agent if you're booking cruises, especially in advance, because and you can actually go to cruisecompete.com where you can put out where and when you want to go, and they'll compete for your business. So you can, in a day or two, they'll all send you, this is what I can offer you. I say choose the two that have the best and then have them negotiate against each other for extra perks and upgrades and things like that.
What else new is out there?
Yeah.
What else new is out there?
Oh, and the cruise lines are all really focused on building their own ports. Some of the major ports in the Caribbean are getting crowded, and the cruise lines can't really control their passenger experience. So what we're seeing is almost all of them are coming out with new destinations where they own. So you're going to that cruise line's private island, which is much less crowded than some of the other ports that, because the cruise numbers are just going up and up. Cruising lagged a little bit behind the airlines post-pandemic, but now the numbers are really strong. So in general, I recommend booking your cruises way in advance.
And you talk about airlines, we go from boats to plane. We heard about the Goldilocks booking window for airfare. So holidays are creeping up. When should we buy airplane tickets?
So for that Thanksgiving travel, luckily this week and next week in general are the best. It's about 6 weeks prior to the date, and Thanksgiving's a little bit later this year, so you're not out of time. And what I recommend, if the price looks good, and on Google Flights it'll actually tell you low, medium, high. If you're seeing anything right now in that medium or low, take it. Even if it's high, what you can do is, if the airline does end up dropping the price, track it, and you can actually get a voucher back. So keep tracking your flight after you buy it, and if it drops enough, even if it's a small amount, you can still get a voucher for a future flight.
How do you get a voucher back?
It depends by the airline, but like Delta will let you go online and rebook online. You don't even have to call or do anything, and you just get a voucher in your account for the difference in what the price dropped.
You can get some peanuts or something.
Thank you, Brian.